Now guys, I can't lie, I'm pretty gassed right now because I make a ton of wacky theories on this channel that just never end up being right. But for the first time, a theory of mine has now been proved right by Mr. Love to Dream because he, a source with 89% in terms of credibility, believes that yes, the bigger 12.9-inch iPad Pro will exclusively have mini LED. At least that's what I think he's referring to because, of course, it's a cryptic tweet as usual. But let's discuss the differences we could expect with the 12.9-inch and 11-inch iPad Pro this year, and exactly why Apple is differentiating the lineup. So, without further ado, make sure to like and subscribe for the latest Apple news and rumors, and join the Buttification squad because we're a pretty awesome squad if I say so myself. And with that being said, let's just tuck in. So delving into this tweet, it's a pretty simple and straightforward one. He just says he recommends people buy the 12.9-inch iPad Pro. Also, 69 likes. Nice. Now yes, I know that this doesn't really confirm a load of things, but of course, Love to Dream is a cryptic tweet, and so we have to work out what he's referring to. And I'm pretty sure he's talking about mini LED and some other tiny differences we could expect with the bigger iPad Pro. Now, of course, I would love to say that I can read Timothy's mind with psychic powers, but that's not really the case. In fact, I came up with this theory a few weeks ago purely based on the leaks out there and how there's been little to no mention of the 11-inch iPad Pro. Now initially I thought this meant the 11-inch iPad Pro would be killed off from the lineup, but of course since then we have got CAD renders of a 2021 11-inch Pro, and so that led me to believe that we are getting two sizes in 2021, but of course mini LED will be exclusive to the 12.9-inch model. In fact, Digitimes, who has tons of sources within the supply chain up until last week, has said that yes, they only hear about a 12.9-inch mini LED panel in production. There's no mention of an 11-inch panel too. Now of course, the next question you might have is why? Why is Apple doing this? Well, I do have a few reasonings. So number one, Apple likes having a Halo device in the lineup. Now this formula simply makes sense when it comes to Apple's way of thinking because of course Apple is a company, they want to make as much money as possible, and so of course upselling people on the higher end products with the higher margins and the higher profits just makes financial sense for Apple. Now this exact formula is implemented in some of Apple's other lineups. For example, the iPhone 12 Pro Max has exclusive camera upgrades over the rest of the lineup, and when it comes to the Macs, of course, the biggest MacBook Pro and the biggest iMac have always had performance upgrades that you can't get on the smaller versions, and so that encourages people to go for the more expensive, bigger sizes. So yes, pretty much like those, the key advantage for the 12.9-inch iPad Pro will be the use of mini LED, and that of course will get a lot of people forcing themselves up to the 12.9-inch model and justifying it because it's the only model that has this cool display tech. Another reason I have is maybe supply constraints. Maybe Apple has a certain amount of mini LED panels and they might have shortages if they give mini LED across the iPad Pro lineup, and so of course to manage the supply chain in the pandemic they restrict mini LED to the bigger model only. And also remember, the iPad Pro and the iPad Air pretty much share identical displays. I'm pretty sure the Air disables the 120Hz in the software, but apart from that, they're fundamentally the same LCD panel. And so because of this, I'm pretty sure it works out cheaper and more efficient in the long run to keep using the same displays on the iPad Air and the iPad Pro 11-inch. So yes, I am now pretty sure that the 12.9-inch iPad Pro will have the exclusive Mini LED upgrade. And in case you're wondering what exactly Mini LED will bring to the table, it essentially bridges the gap between LCD and OLED, and so you should be getting higher brightness and much better contrast ratios. So yeah, this is definitely going to upsell a load of people to the bigger iPad Pro. Though for those 11-inch fans who are very pissed right now, I do want to say that Mini LED could increase prices, and so of course we could see a price hike with the bigger 12.9-inch model, and the 11-inch with LCD will probably stay the same in terms of pricing. Also, since the 12.9-inch iPad Pro is getting chunkier due to Mini LED, there is a good chance that the Magic Keyboard we've been hearing about might be exclusive to the bigger size, simply because it's now too thick for the current Magic Keyboard, whereas of course the 11-inch should stay at the same thickness, and so it should support existing accessories. Now, of course, Love to Dream doesn't specifically mention Mini LED being the only upgrade we could see on the 2021 iPad Pro, and so you might wonder if we could see any other upgrades on the bigger iPad Pro. And well, because of the thicker body, it's possible that maybe the 12.9-inch iPad Pro will be slightly more structurally integral compared to the 11-inch. Similarly, because of the chunkier body, we could see other advantages like the smaller camera bump, possibly better battery life, though I highly doubt that, and maybe better thermals with some sort of liquid chamber cooling thingamajig, though honestly I'm just theorizing and brainstorming at this point, so yeah, I'm not sure which of these features could materialize. However, something I do see happening is maybe more RAM on the bigger iPad Pro. For example, with the 2018 models, we saw more RAM on higher storage options, and so of course, similarly, we could see more RAM on the 12.9-inch iPad Pro that of course could improve the experience when using potential pro apps like Final Cut. Of course, at the end of the day, it's just a mere theory, and ultimately I do see the iPad Pro 11-inch and 12.9-inch only being different in terms of display tech, and apart from that, they should still share the same chip, 5G, and of course the other upgrades we could expect with the 2021 lineup. But tell me in the comments below, is this a deal breaker for you? Are you going to buy the bigger iPad Pro because it has Mini LED, or do you not care, you just love the 11-inch size and you will not buy an iPad that's bigger than that? Anyways, thank you for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe for the latest Apple news and rumors. Make sure to join the Buttification squad. Check out the video in the icon above about some pretty disappointing iPhone SE3 leaks that broke my heart. And on that note, I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya, peeps.